Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we're just going to be checking the climate on what is next in your life. So if you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy. Focus in on pile number 1 with the moth necklace, pile number 2 with the aura quartz heart, and pile number 3 with the dried pink rose. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for those timestamps, and I'll also pin them as the top comment. But please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Let's go ahead and find out what's next for you. We're going to go ahead and move your little necklace right over here out of our way. You can still see it there, hopefully. Maybe the lighting situation is a little something else today. And maybe there's a message within that lighting situation that maybe there's shadows cast on the things that you are hoping to bring to light. And I actually like that message paired up here with the Seven of Cups. So there might be some introspection you are doing to be able to bring these new timelines to the light, or to bring these new possibilities forward. Things that you might not have even thought were a possibility for you are now materializing in front of you. Even if it's in the distance or in the shadows, you're seeing it as a potential or a possibility and allowing yourself to wonder, well, what if? What if I can do this thing? Or what if I can be in this relationship or manifest whatever it is that you're trying to do? So what's next for you is you're seeing more possibility and potential with what is in front of you. So let's get some additional tarot in the mix to see what else is next for group number 1. And we have here the Magician. Yes, that manifestation vibe is really strong with you guys. Get one more card on the mix. Wow, 10 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, you guys are ready to jump to some higher timelines or just to move in a direction that feels way more emotionally fulfilling. We have the 2 of Cups on the back here. So for some of you, this could be the potential or possibility that you're taking a relationship to another level, or just being able to finally put yourself out there. For those of you that just have been single for a very long time, or you've sworn off love, this could even be a friendship or a coworker situation that turns into a deeper connection. It doesn't necessarily or always have to be romantic with the 2 of Cups. It's just basically a soulmate vibe, and a lot of times people like to attribute soulmates as love interests. They don't always have to be, though. So yeah, that's what we have going on here, and knowing that you have all the tools you need. The Magician, that all the tools are available. It's just you have the skill, the willpower, the potential or ability to take those tools and create whatever it is you're trying to manifest. That is the question. And I'm getting this analogy in my head right now of, a hairdresser, someone who has, the best scissors out on the market to cut hair. If you don't have the skill to wield those scissors in the best possible way, they're not going to be any better than a drawer of kitchen scissors. And vice versa. If a, professional hairdresser has even just a pair of kitchen shears, they might want to, sharpen them up a bit so we don't have all those blunt ends and, almost split ends looking on the hair. But they can make the most of the tools that are available to them and make a masterpiece out of something that, just looks like every day for everybody else. Like, oh, I would never want to utilize those things. I want the best of the best. But what you're doing, you have the skill, you have the wisdom behind you, or within you, really, to bring it to the surface, to be able to then manifest just a much better connection with the world around you, the ones that you love, just the emotional bonds that you have with people, the emotional bond you have with yourself, that God spark part of you that is existing with outside this matrix. That is what you're truly being asked to connect to. And really the potential possibilities really are endless at this time, because there's almost this like loosening of the matrix where maybe before we were in these ruts or stuck in these very specific ways, even if we've tried to get out of them. But what's next for you guys is you're seeing these like cracks in the pavement to be able to grow a new weed or a new flower through that crack in the pavement. And, the cracks, that's where the light comes in. And that's what I'm really hearing with this pile here for you, group 1, is what's next is you're seeing life through a whole new lens. And it feels much lighter, much less dense and heavy than it has been in the past. But let's get some additional guidance for what's next for group number 1. Okay, well, I don't know. They told me keep going, keep going. And by they, the they I'm connecting to is your inner self. I don't channel any archangels, any entities anymore. I used to back in the day, you know. When we all first awaken, that's what we think we have to do, and that's just what we fall into in a pattern way. But now when I say they, it's the collective of your inner selves I'm communicating with, and my own inner self. It's not just me or, you know, all these outside interferences that don't even need to be participating in these readings. So yes, we have here, be inspired. And I love this. It's like a little hidey hole door, like in the stump. If you've seen those or heard of those before, and it's even fun to put like a little fairy door or something in a stump just to make it feel like there's still life force going on here. And making the most of it, maybe a dire situation. If a tree has been cut down and there's just a stump remaining, let's see what we can do with this stump to bring some life back into this area. And that's what I see is you're bringing life back for some of you into something that felt cut down or cut out of your life. This could be a relationship for some of you. And in the relationship, it may not be the same relationship, but someone else is filling the role of the boyfriend or the confidant or whatever it is, where maybe one energy and one soul has left your life in that role and another one is coming in to fill this role. But it's not going to be the exact same. This is going to feel more inspired and more spirit-led, not even soul-led, because a lot of times, you know, soul contracts and the like, that is all matrix fluff and, you know, matrix constructs. And, you know, we think that word soul has so much weight. I mean, it really does because it's part of the density. But, you know, we attribute the soul as that higher aspect of us, and really it's not. It's just yet another matrix construct that keeps the score from lifetime to lifetime. And, you know, soul contracts, soul mates, these are lifetime to lifetime agreements within the matrix. But when we get outside that matrix, that's more spirit-led inspiration that you are tapping into now. And then we have opportunity, and yet another little hidey hole door is what this looks like, but this one is in a rock. And do you know how hard it would be to carve through a rock to put a door, let alone the room behind the door or the house behind the door, whatever it is? Wow, there's some big stuff coming in, and you guys, it's almost feeling like you're not having to sit there and grind and chip away this stone to create this, you know, crevasse behind the door. No, instead, you are willing it into being by jumping to higher timelines where it already exists. So you don't even have to, you know, carve that stone or anything. You just jump yourself to a timeline where it's already done. The work is already done. So that's what's next for you, is really jumping to timelines where you've already done the heavy lifting and the hard work, where you don't have to force things so hard or push things so hard to make something happen in your life. All right, what else? What else is next for group 1? All right, so we have here loneliness and gain. Okay. So what I'm seeing is this loneliness is starting to become more of a past energy, but at the same time, that still being said, you guys are maybe utilizing these times when you are alone to be able to daydream about different potentials for your future or new avenues forward, new ideas, new ideals, and being able to gain. You're cultivating something from, it's very 9 of Pentacles energy of that hard work, that effort that you've put in maybe on these other timelines, or maybe even the same timeline, but to jump to a timeline where that hard work has already been put in. But I think that's the thing. So many of you have put in so much hard work throughout your life into this endeavor, that endeavor, that endeavor. And if things just tend to fizzle out or die out or hit a dead end, or, you know, the payoff just isn't worth all the work, or, you know, the paycheck just wasn't worth all the effort, or whatever it is, you're finding a new way forward. Even if all that past work isn't going to this new thing, energetically speaking, it's fueling or lifting you up to be able to create this new life for yourself that feels so much more in alignment with what you want to be experiencing. But some of that is going to come through the disappointment that you've had in relationships, or will continue maybe for some of you to have in certain relationships, specifically like family relationships. But because you have the 10 of Cups to come in and inspire this entire reading, this is letting you know that some of these relationships aren't as dire as you thought, or they aren't as much of a lost cause as you thought, that you can, even if there are, you know, tragedies and traumas within this relationship, you can salvage things, because the good is good enough that it's going to act as the new foundation for a future in this relationship. But for others of you, that being said, you have or will cut certain people out, again, to make room for those new energies that will fill that role for you. We'll just get some words of wisdom and advice for what is next for group 1. I bit off more than I can chew with the space amount available on the table. Group 1, what is next? Okay. Am I in my head or in my heart? I love this. So we're going to read the back for all the guidance and action. So, what is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. And this being said, one thing I've come to realize in such a big way lately is we aren't sitting there creating our thoughts. A lot of times these thoughts just come out of nowhere, and sometimes that can be your inner self talking to you, but a lot of time, I'd say probably 90% or plus of the time, this is just like hive consciousness, human collective consciousness and entity interference, kind of that hive mind of the matrix, just bombarding you with, self-esteem thoughts about how you're not this, or you're not worthy, or you're not good enough in this area, or what have you. It's usually those very positive thoughts or those really excited flutters you get when you get this epiphany, this aha moment. Those are more in alignment with your true spirit and who you are on this deeper level. And what I like to say is you're more the observer of the thoughts than the one creating the thoughts, if that makes sense. But it says today's soul action. And I would even cross out soul and put spirit, because soul is still part of the matrix. We are trying to, not even trying to, we are just making it so that we are connecting directly with that part of us that is outside this matrix, that is in complete freedom. So today's spirit action. Today, master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping, read an empowering book, write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. And you can take this even further and do something that feels even more in alignment with what your spirit is asking you to do. This could be journaling, this could be walking in nature, this could be just writing all the things that are bothering you and burning it. I mean, this could be anything. But yes, that is your message for what's next, what's coming in next for you. And before we go, we have the numbers 31 and 25, so those might be very relevant numbers on your path ahead as well. So yes, group 1, that is the reading we have for you on what's next coming in for you. And of course, if you don't like what's going on here, you can absolutely change it by connecting directly to your inner self that's directly connected outside this matrix, and completely bypass a lot of this just crud of the matrix. And yeah, I know I use the word matrix a lot, but I don't know a better word to use where people know what I'm actually talking about. So sorry, not sorry, I guess, that I keep using that word. But yes, that is your message for today. Hope it resonates. And I just wanted to say thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, group 1, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's go ahead and find out what's next for you. And I love when this one's on the table. There's just so many beautiful downloads that come in with whatever pile I just set this one out for. And I just keep hearing, since I set this on the table for this pile, multifaceted, multifaceted, multifaceted. So any situation you feel that you've gotten yourself into or problem that you're currently experiencing, there is not just one way through this. There are multiple ways you can go to put yourself in your highest timeline, or you really to feel in alignment with what your true spirit is wanting for you in this, matrix construct. But what's next for you with the 3 of Cups is there's going to be something to celebrate. That is just a given. This could be a birthday party. This could be an anniversary. This could be a graduation. This could be just about anything. This could even be a small win or accomplishment towards your goals. It's going to be different for each of you. So I'm getting all these downloads and hits of what this could potentially be. I'm even seeing a wedding for somebody, but it seems more of you attending as a guest or maybe even part of the wedding party rather than you actually being the one getting married. But if you are the one getting married, congratulations. Let's see if we can shed some further light on what exactly it is you're celebrating. What's next for group number 2? What is giving them cause to celebrate? And my mic just fell, so let's put that back up. This happens like twice per reading. I got this like one little flimsy piece of tape holding it up, and I probably should find a more long-term solution. So maybe that's something you're doing too, specifically something to do with your past, because there's a message in everything that's happening, even when I'm doing these readings for you guys, is it would probably take me 5 to 10 minutes to figure out a permanent solution and then get it all set up. But I just keep relying on this piece of tape that's barely has any sticky left to keep my mic on this table. And I should probably find like a 3M plastic hook or something that I could put on that would just hold it in place. So this might be something that what's next for you is just to find these little kind of inconveniences, like my mic literally dropping, you know, a couple times per reading, and just finding better solutions, better workflow scenarios for yourself in things that have been affecting you for a while. Because with the Six of Cups coming in at the time that the mic fell, this is not just something that's been persisting over the last week or two. This is something that's been going on for at least a year, and yes, that's my case, at least a year. I think maybe 6 months or so back, I replaced the tape with a stickier, you know, newer piece of tape. But again, we're right back where we were. So finding a more long-term solution to, it doesn't even feel like a big problem. It just feels like a daily inconvenience or something you experience inconveniently. Like, you know, having a messy car or something like this is also coming in. Just getting that car cleaned, sparkled up, shined up, detailed. Whether you do it, you pay a friend, or you take it to a detail service to do this for you. It could just really feel good to freshen up the car, specifically the car, but also the home. The home is another place, and you know, our home wherever we go is our human body, right? So clearing the body of toxins and you know, extra weight or just things that we don't really need to be carrying in or with and around our body. But let's see what else. Really paint a picture what's next. Ooh, look at this. Yes, because there's so much abundance that wants to come in and take place of all this stagnancy or just old or dead energy that's taking up your space in your energy field. And there's a lot of good new stuff wants to come in. But again, we got the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom here. So this is an element of patience. This isn't all going to happen overnight. But I mean, any good thing worth having, it's like we're okay to put in that time and effort. And in fact, it feels much sweeter, that victory we get when we do put in a lot of our own time and effort. If it's just something handed to us, we don't appreciate it as much. I mean, that might not be your scenario, but it is for most people, that they appreciate something much more that they had to work hard for and pay for themselves, rather than it just being handed to them for no apparent reason. And my children are a prime example of this. If it's something they've worked hard and, you know, done chores for and then finally got it, it seems to me they respect it more or they cherish it more than if it was just, you know, passing in Target and we buy them something, or, you know, oh, on Amazon, my friend was talking about this book, can I just get it? And then it arrives 3 days later. You know, there's this element of having this patience to really be able to savor the victory, the celebration that's coming in, these abundance. It doesn't always have to be cash money abundance, but I think for some of you, this is some long awaited or long tied up or long wished for or needed finances coming in to assist you to be able to really have a beautiful life worth celebrating. But yeah, this could even be someone coming in from your past and you're celebrating because this person has found their way back into your life. For those of you watching, like, oh no, what if my creepy ex is coming back? It's nothing like that. This is someone you would be very excited to welcome back into your, you know, open arms. You know, this feels like good energy. Could be a childhood friend. Could even be an old aspect of you, meaning like your inner child or this younger, more vivacious portion of you that kind of got jaded or dulled over time because, you know, adult life. You're just reviving this more vivacious and lively energy within you that is going to be materializing in your physical reality. So you just might feel a little more vim and vigor as you go about your day. Maybe you're, you know, skipping down the sidewalk to work instead of just kind of dragging your feet. There's just this lightning of energy, which I am so here for you guys, group number 2. This is so long awaited and much needed for you guys that I'm getting excited. So let's see what else we have in store. What's next for group number 2? And now I keep hearing vim and vigor, almost like a little mantra that's playing. So exciting. Yeah, and it's like you're simplifying things by clearing the clutter, the energy, like that kind of car cleaning example. You see all these specks of dirt and hair and mud and, you know, maybe fast food garbage and stuff just on the floor of your vehicle, and it just clutters up your mind. Just seeing that in your periphery, even if you're not consciously looking at it or paying attention to it while you're driving along, it's just in your subconscious, and it's more that your subconscious has to store and bank in your memory. And when you can clean that out, it's just, I don't know about you guys, but I just feel such a rejuvenation when I clean out my car specifically. And my car, my kids they know if they leave anything in my car, that I'm allowed to do whatever I want with it. And usually I'm nice and I just bring it in and, you know, tell them, hey, can't leave this in my car. But they know for the most part, you know, when we get out, when we stop in the driveway, I'm like, okay, get all your stuff, get out, get it out. But you know, there's the dirt clods and the little gravel and stuff that stick to your shoes or your boots in the winter, and you know, just the snow that melts and then becomes dirt on the floor, and there's that kind of stuff that, you know, after a long winter, which we've just had in Montana, it's nice to clean that out and just feel reinvigorated. And this little guy here is kind of sweeping and you know, going about his life here. But let's see what else. What's next for group number 2? So we also have here chaos. Yeah, this is you simplifying your life to avoid this. Look, there's no color to this card. It's completely grayscale. So this to me feels like you having this foreknowledge of simplifying your life, clearing this energy to allow room for more celebration, more abundance, maybe a past connection to come back into your life by clearing out the clutter of what's not serving you, what doesn't need to be there, what you don't want anymore. You could avoid a lot of chaos. You know, like going back to that example with my mic, I saw it was hanging by a thread again, so I hurried and pushed it back together before it fell. So again, if I just nip this whole problem in the bud to begin with, I won't have to constantly be looking over at my mic, like, is it gonna fall again? Is it gonna fall again? And, you know, just taking care of 1 or 2 or 3 or however many on your list of little things that are just kind of annoying. They don't really hurt your life too much, but they're just a bit annoying, and you maybe spend a little extra time every day on these things where if you just took care of it and gave it a proper solution, you wouldn't have to worry about it again for a very, very long time. And that's what I see with this chaos card, is just clearing out these little, you know, potentials for chaos to come in or sneak into your energy field by having all this stagnant or old or I'll get to it later kind of procrastination type of energy. All right, now my dog's barking, so there's a warning coming in. What's the warning? What's the warning? Does it have to do with this chaos? What's next for group number 2? Okay, we will have triumph. So the warning is, if you can overcome this chaos, you are going to be really rewarded with this beautiful sense of triumph and of course celebration, which we've already started the reading with. But there's success here, there's victory, there's achievement. And okay, so here's that chaos energy that I was feeling. So there's the curse. So this is hate, catastrophe, misfortune. This, I almost got like a weird, like kind of almost low-pitched ring in my ear right as I brought this card out. So there might be some dark forces or entity interference in your field. And of course, because you are God, literally, you are a piece of that infinite creator that is... Wow, my power just went out. I was just gonna say, you are this limitless being, spark of God, and wow, yeah, my mic isn't working because my power went out, and it's plugged in, and we only have the table and the camera, which is working on battery, still going. So I'm gonna have to pick this back up, but I was gonna say this curse card almost looks like a voodoo doll. And it's very interesting because the power has never gone out while I was filming a reading, ever, ever. This is the first time. So there might be some really dark forces that are working to dim your light or to take you offline in some way. But look, we're still going. You can't see me pointing. Okay, maybe over here. I'm pointing. Look at the candle. I'm pointing. We are still going in some capacity. Maybe not at full speed ahead. But they cannot dim that part of you that is outside the matrix. They can't touch it. So keep going and keep clearing your energy field of these dark forces because you have more power in this area than you know. So I'm going to take a little break until the power comes on, hopefully sooner than later, and we will get back to your reading. Okay friends, the power is back on. That took about 20 minutes, so I just decided to film a short in the meantime. And that short was all about releasing, letting go, and transformation, which you will probably see that the day after this video posts if you're watching them at the time of my posting, the day of my posting. But yes, like we were saying with this curse here, this is something you're going to be able to avoid by literally just connecting to that part of yourself that is outside the matrix. Even that power outage did not stop me from continuing. Yeah, we couldn't really see in the dark in that portion of the video, but we kept going until I decided, well, let's stop. And then when, you know, that light is at the, you know, path and illuminated a little better, then we're going to continue, and that time is now. So we're going to continue. Let's just get the last card. We were almost finished, and then, so that might be a thing, is when you're almost to the finish line of something, things may create some chaos, literally, and it might even feel like a curse that, okay, I've put all this work and this effort, and now everything seems to be falling apart, but you know what we did? we just connected to that inner part of ourselves that's directly connected outside this matrix, and then we took a bit of a step back for 20 minutes for the course of this video, 20 minutes, and then I pushed record again and started down the path, and we're almost finished. It really was but a blip in our radar. It didn't really derail my whole day, or hopefully your whole day, so let's continue. Anything else that group 2 needs to know about what's next for them? If it's not the right speed error, it's the power going out, or it's always going to be something in the matrix. That's the thing. And on my channel, it's usually the right speed error that stops the video, but today it was the power outage. But it says here, where am I with my health goals? Where do I want to be? Why am I not there? What will it take for me to feel well? So these might be 4 questions here that you want to ask yourself in a journal prompt. Feel free to do that if that is your prerogative. Also, for the other bits of information, it says, if my body could talk, it would say blank. So again, another journal prompt. And then today's soul action, I like to cross out that word soul because it's a matrix construct. We're going directly to the spirit. Today's spirit action. Feed your body what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. Make some new exciting goals to take your health to the next level. And for some of you, that could be what is bringing on this rejuvenated kind of vim and vigor energy. I think that was your pile. We were talking about the vim and vigor. I'm definitely feeling it. So yes, you're bringing it back by tuning in to what it is you're consuming, what it is you're putting into your body, how your body feels, what are your health goals, all these things that we were asking earlier. And bringing back online those versions of yourself that did feel healthy. So that's your message, group 2. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought. Any stories you want to share, any thoughts you have. I am always looking in the comments to see what you guys have to say. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And something I haven't been talking about a lot on the videos, but I do offer personal readings. So you can email me at amanda@donePhotodesign.com to book yourself a personal reading with me if you feel so inclined. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's go ahead and find out what's next for you. We're going to move your flower over here out of our way. On group 2, we just had the power go out for the first time ever during a filming session, for me anyway. So that was very, very profound message within that. Excuse me, I'm filming. Hello. Okay, get your water and go. Oh my gosh. And a very profound message in the fact that my son just completely barged in here. My apologies, you guys. Kids are home for spring break, so I am just taking any free moment I have to do what I can work-wise. So my apologies. But we have here for your message, what's next for you, the 3 of Pentacles. This is working together. This is you not feeling like you have to do it alone, or maybe even working around other people and what they have going on. The example of my kids being home. And the example of the power going out in group 2, you're just working with what you have, and you're not allowing the fact that something feels like a setback to keep you held back or to make you feel stuck or like, woe is me, this isn't going to happen, and really go into victimhood. No, in fact, this is letting you know that, okay, fine, I will just take a step back for the time being, and then when, the distraction is over, I will step back into the role of action. So that's what you're doing next is, if you felt distracted, if you felt like your life was derailed, if you felt like there were just all of these interruptions and what you're trying to do or accomplish or become or create or do, that is shifting for you. And let's see how that's possibly shifting or what other things are coming in next for group 3. Anything else they need to know? Ooh, it almost didn't want to come out, but look, we have the star. Like I tried 3 times to grab it and it was just hanging right out there. So again, this might be almost a couple of false starts with something that you are really, really hoping, wishing, praying for, that you're finally going to be able to grasp it and pull it out of the deck. That's what I'm really seeing with this. Could even be healing, overcoming some sort of long-term illness or just stagnancy. For me personally, this is just winter being over. I'm filming the day after the spring equinox, so very, very telling energy that these old cycles are closing out and there's a fresh new season that we are now to partake in, and it is my favorite probably season. I love fall. I'm your basic girly in that fact that I do love fall, but there's something extra special to me personally about spring. And I always thought, well, maybe it's because my birthday's in April or something like that, but I don't know. There's just something about life bursting forth from the seams of the seeds and the trees, and I love it so much. So you guys might be with me on that. You just love springtime. We also have the King of Cups coming in hot, being able to balance those emotions out. We have a couple that have, I'm going to put back in the deck, we have the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So a lot of Cups energy, a lot of emotional energy. We have the Queen and King, and, you know, these are not in order. You saw me shuffle, so the fact that, you know, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine came out together is letting me know, I'm going to put the female back there, you're kind of more leaning toward focusing on the more masculine energy of that exchange for now. And then with the Four of Cups, it's just kind of feeling apathetic. You're overcoming that apathy of blah and stagnancy and stuck, or even victimhood. You're overcoming that. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, there's a lot of fresh energy coming in hot to assist you. That's what's next, is you are basically shifting seasons. Even if you're watching this, say, the middle of July of 2032, I don't know if this video will still be up then, I hope so, but if not, whenever you're watching this, this energetically just might be feeling for you like a shifting of seasons. One season of life to another, one chapter of life to another. And for some of you, this shift might be so extreme that it almost feels like you're not shifting to a new chapter. You're creating a whole new book. You're starting in a whole new book. All right. So we also have opportunity. Yes, there's opportunities to start over fresh, or to start something new completely fresh. It doesn't mean you have to start over like everything you've put in and accomplished and done to this point just is null and void. No, I don't see it that way at all. And in fact, this came out in group 1 as well, so you might have had an attraction or draw to group 1, but not necessarily. You have to check that out for this to still be your message. But if you're here from group 1, hello. Yeah, door of opportunity, window of opportunity. You got 2 more cards, so you guys have an extra card here already, and you had all those extra tarot cards flipped. So there's a lot coming in. There's a lot going on for this pile, even more than the other piles. And we had some pretty profound and almost epiphany moments going on in those other piles as well. But we have wonder. I love to see it. Such a childlike kind of energy in a good way. Not like a childish or immature energy, but wonder is such a constant of childhood. Just not, just having very fresh eyes for this world. Even if we've been here before, we don't remember. So everything is brand new and bright and fresh and interesting to us in a way that just isn't really with us day to day as adults. It can be here in these glimpses or just very fleeting moments of life as an adult, but we really do almost just consist or exist, I guess would be the right word, in this sense of wonder as children. But we also have the love card. I love to see this here. This is so fun. So some of you might even be connecting with a King of Cups energy. This could be a water sign. This would be your Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But we have a very balanced, I know it's all about balanced emotions, but I'm getting a very Libra, very air energy also with this King of Cups. So this person coming into your life, or that's already in your life, that's just, really stepping it up a notch or helping you in some way, is going to have a lot of placements within the water and the air elements in their chart. And you're just expanding on your love. This to me feels like a very spring going into summer type of energy here. So the spring is the establishing of, the new growth, and then the summer just takes it up a notch. So whatever it is you're creating during this 3-month time cycle, you're going to really start to see it take off in the next 3-month time cycle or next quarter, after this quarter you're currently in, the next 3 months, if that makes sense. So you can even be watching this, like I said, in the middle of the year, and you can still utilize these energies because that's what's available to you right now. All right. What else is next for group number 3? What else is next? Okay, we have Nightmare. Again, this to me feels like you overcoming, because we're putting it below the star, which is wish fulfillment, overcoming the challenges of the Tower card. Absolutely. And I almost said tarot instead of tower. So it's almost like you can change your stars. Like, just because your birth chart says you are going to be experiencing this and you're going to be that and whatever, it's almost like your spirit is kind of hijacking your birth chart to make something that might not have been potential or possible for you now a potential or a possibility. But this is about closing out those cycles where you're suffering, where you're feeling left in the darkness, those dark nights of the soul, feeling persecuted, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, especially in relationships or connections with other people, specifically with all of those emotional connection energies we had, not just the King of Cups, but the Queen of Cups, the Four of Cups, all the cups. Wow, I felt like I just talked a lot in one breath, but maybe you're speaking, you're channeling your own inner self so much that you're bringing forth so much wisdom and knowledge, and your throat chakra is very active at this time. So doing whatever you need to do you know, like, if you've been here a while, you know what I have to say about the traditional chakra system, that it is basically a hijacking of our systems. It's not our original blueprint to have all these separations of our energy. And I've tuned in and found over 130 different chakra points just in my own energy field, and I don't think that's natural at all. Just my own personal opinion on the matter. To me, I really resonate with there being 3 original energy chakra points, or dantians, if you want to call them, energy centers, chi centers. Looking into ancient Chinese energy systems, that's more what I align with in a more natural state for us as humans. Yes, I absolutely know there's all this other going on. But when we can connect to that inner part of ourselves that's connected outside the matrix, we don't need to utilize this matrix construct of all of these other chakra systems that are just, you know, compartmentalizing or convoluting our energy field in such a way that we can never unite those energies and, you know, really live our highest light. This is about a unification of those energies into one energy point to really utilize that energy for our own highest good. And so many people on this planet, I would say probably 99% of the people here that are actual people, because that's a whole other tangent, but those that are actual people, 99% of them haven't figured this out and probably never will in this lifetime. It's very difficult to get outside the matrix. And it's almost, this is reminding me of that, story of Plato's cave, of seeing all of these shadows on the wall and thinking that's reality. And even when the prisoner in the cave, escapes the cave and then goes back into the cave and tells people there's a whole world out there that they don't even know about, even that guy that escapes the cave or the matrix is still in the matrix, because it's very much like the Truman Show. He wakes up to the reality that his reality isn't even real, but then he joins the quote-unquote real world, which is yet another matrix, yet another matrix. This whole concept of the 5D ascension and all this is but another matrix trap put on our energy. And you can bypass all of this by just directly connecting to your own inner self that exists outside the matrix. So it's about getting out as outside the matrix as we can while being within the matrix, being in the world but not of it. And that's what you're maybe closing out, maybe even in your dream state with this nightmare energy, is you're closing out a lot of old timelines or old traumas, loops, cycles where you felt stuck or out of your own power or out of your own control. You're closing these out because you're coming at it from this place of love, from your own inner self that's directly connected outside the matrix, or the snow globe on the table, as I call the matrix. Yeah, you're not dealing with it. You're not settling for this crap anymore. You're protesting, but not in a way where you're giving your power away, like, oh, they took my power and I need to try to get it back. No, they never had your power. There was the illusion that your power was taken, but it never could be taken on that true spirit level. And that's what we're dealing with here, is you, rising to the occasion, and putting your full attention on the fact, look, these protest signs have nothing written on them. So you don't have to protest what's here and try to make what's here better. You just need to, there's no need to do anything. But you know what I'm trying to say here is just connecting to the self part of you that is outside the matrix is really all you need to thrive in this matrix, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not speaking in circles and riddles and this makes sense to you. All right, let's get some words of wisdom. Advice and wisdom, that's the words I'm trying to say. Wisdom, advice, guidance for what's next for group number 3. What do they need to know? And here we have it. How does my body want to move today? And it's very interesting. We have these kind of gymnastics, acrobatic people or cheerleader type of people here doing this kind of half. And then if they were to extend their arms all the way up, that would be a full. So it's like you're partway there. Whatever it is, that you maybe want to shift or change about your physical reality, your physical body, you're partway there, but you're not all the way there. Doesn't mean you can't get there. You absolutely can. So let's see the wisdom on the back. When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? You could even do some journaling on these prompts here if you so choose. This is your reading. Do whatever you will with this information and energy. And then we have today's soul action. I always cross out soul and put spirit because soul is yet another matrix construct. We're not here to play in the matrix as much as we're not here to play in the matrix, right? So today's spirit action, that's outside the matrix. How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do. So listen to what your body wants and do that thing. It could, to me, growing up, I grew up in a I never felt like, oh, I better get out there and exercise. I was just in constant motion as a child and a teenager, and even into my early 20s. I was just in constant motion, walking from here to there, dancing around the aisles at the grocery store when I would take my grandma to the grocery store, things like this. Like, I just loved to move. You almost couldn't keep me still. Unless I was at school, it was pretty easy for me to hold still in those types of environments. But as far as just kind of being my own self with my own energy, like, I was just in movement. I mean, even just me as a talker, I have to move. I can't just, I have to move in some capacity, which is very interesting. That you're just being asked to utilize your own unique ways of movement. It doesn't have to be boring old exercise. This could be hiking to your favorite river spot. This could be dancing in the kitchen as you make breakfast. This could be kickboxing. This could be anything that you feel some joy when you move your body in these ways. Could be yoga, could be whatever. But yeah, that is your message for what's next. But moving your body is really going to help this energy flow better and help you get in the flow of not the matrix and the energy here, but that connection you have directly outside this matrix. It will help the things within the matrix seem a lot better for you, if that makes sense. So that's your message, Group 3. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, and if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can email me at amanda@dunphotodesign.com, and I will get back to you on pricing and availability and the different sessions that I offer through email. And thanks again, you guys, so much for all those likes, comments, shares, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, Group 3, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys. Bye.